Heyo everybody, it is Voltage here, and we are back with what is basically, as you see by the title, an EX video. This is EX video 1, there might be 2 EX videos, there might be 3 EX videos, I actually don't know, I can't tell you, because I have zero idea. But, we are back with EX video 1 of Final Fantasy XVI. Now, you are going to, I don't know the order these are going to go up, I have no idea. You might be seeing this after I've already beaten the game. You might be seeing this before I've beaten the game. The main purpose is because, well, I'm going to get these done, I need to prioritize getting the finale done for us to play, to be, you know, completing the Final Fantasy XVI week marathon and diving into, let me go ahead and load in, and diving into Spider-Man 2. That's what this is all about. Now, if you are confused based on the order, here's where I am on the journal. I'm on this chapter, Back to Their Origin, where I ended off episode 25 with. So this takes place between episodes 25 and 26, which ideally is the finale. There are, as you can see here on the map, an insane amount of quests here, and there's some in the overworld as well. Tons of final quests. This looks to be 2 videos worth of content. For sure, I would wager. As such, well, I don't know how long this video is going to be. You guys can see it, of course, well, I can't. This video's specialty is going to be getting through all these extra pre-endgame quests and monster hunts, all that stuff in one video, so that way it's ready for our EX Part 1, and then you're seeing episode 26 either next or before this, where I've already gotten all the rewards and stuff. So it's a bit different this way, but a lot of the side quests have stories, and I've had some have, like, you know, big actual story changing stuff behind them, and I've had people tell me that they want to keep the side quest because they like watching the story, they like the story it provides. So I'm getting them all on footage, and I don't have camera on. The main reason for that, even though I have it on in like almost every other video, is because I just literally just woke up and said, okay, let's record these, because let's just say the schedule for life is busy right now. We can talk about that as we play. But we're going to dive into the gameplay. We're like 2 minutes in. Yeah, we're going to dive into the gameplay, and we're going to get started with this. So I'll explain more as we go. Now, In a Mood is our first. We got 2 right here. In case you haven't noticed, your poor hound spends all his time of late on the rear deck whimpering like Gav in his cups. Something ain't right, and my gut tells me it's not to do with his supply of antelope bones. Oh.
What is it this time, Torgal?
Torgal's not doing too hot. We'll prioritize the quest. We had a little scene right there too. So we'll go check on him. But yeah, so that's what this is. If you're new to the channel, I know that I spend a lot of the early time just like yapping a little bit, but if you're new to the channel, these are basically long form videos. Final Fantasy 16, we've been doing a week marathon of finishing it to the finale before Spider-Man 2 drops, which will be dropping tomorrow at midnight. And so these are basically just like, you know, usually 1 to 2 hours of full-blown gameplay with commentary and lower edits to get in as much content as we can. And this video is the EX I explained earlier. So I think I covered everything. If any other questions, leave in the comments down below.
Boy.
I'll explain them.
What is it? What do you see out there?
Aw, adorable.
I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
How long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want my iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for.
Oh.
I reckon what he were looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long.
It had been so many years till they saw each other again.
Off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you?
Aw. They was his dog for some time.
You want me to go with you somewhere?
I always love when there's a lot more animal intelligence
Glad you've been paying attention.
when it comes to these fiction things.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
That's
See
sweet.
then, Torgal.
Yeah. So, but it was actually insane yesterday, finishing episode 25 and seeing how many quests were on the board. This is the most I've ever seen it once. So we're just going to get these all in. Pretty much as long as these take. So if you're interested for the side quest and the story, feel free to skip through this video. Feel free to watch all the way through. Feel free to put it on as background while you're doing something else. That's kind of what these EX videos are for. Just to make sure all the content is on footage and you can use it for your own purposes. So have a blast.
Torgal, where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west, toward Rosaria.
How does he even know that? That's pretty impressive.
Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years.
That's so crazy.
To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
That's sweet. Let's see. Port Isolde. I'm looking in the wrong place. It's over here. Look at all these, man. So many. That's why I could not have done these in one video. Like this and the finale in one. Like, no. They gotta be separate videos. It did change our recording schedule up, though. I had planned to do the recording differently. But we rolled the punches. That's pretty much all we can do, right? I've got a lot of, like, all my whole schedule got, like, switched up because of just mistakes on there or unexpected changes. Interesting we can use this rowboat here, by the way. I was wondering why it's always been here. We're actually going to use it, too.
Still here.
That's nice.
After all these years. Lots smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy.
He didn't like that one. He did not like that one.
I wasn't being serious.
I'm glad we can see Torgal and him just, like, be together rather than, you know, always fighting. A nice touch. Oh, I like when they have this music on, like Hall of Memories.
This place
Interesting
hasn't changed
location.
at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on.
Place called Mist,
Race
huh?
you there. I bet I could still beat you.
So it's an island they used to go to. Aw. Some kind of tree house? That's what they call it, a rookery? I love this back theme. It also reminds you of, like, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, other games I loved as a child.
This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal?
How did he climb that ladder? I mean, he probably just jumped up, let's be real. I'm asking the wrong questions, I know. Oh, look at them.
Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, Shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps.
Oh.
What is it, boy?
They're putting a lot of animations into these last side quests, too. Armor?
This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here?
What? Torgal?
My sparring sword.
How did he even get here? This is an island.
Well, well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy?
That is so heartwarming, actually. Torgal is the best dog, man. Best dog in fiction?
Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting.
Look at them. Oh my god. I'm gonna tear up, man. That's so precious.
Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either.
Yeah. I'll probably put it in our collection back at the place.
That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal.
Huh. Okay.
All right.
Let's
I'm coming.
see what this is all about. Okay, so there's like a secret path here to something more?
I know where we're going.
Oh, so he knows, okay. So it's not like something entirely new. That cutscene was so nice. And look at all that work and animation in just a side quest. That's what I'm saying. They've been insanely good in the end game. In the late game in general. Oh, what a view! That's a background. He used to come here and howl? What's that spire over there? Some from the Fallen Ruins.
People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today.
Very true.
We certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home.
All very true. Quest complete. More than words. That was a top tier quest. We didn't even really have to do much. Yep, our charred sparring sword. Clive's old sparring sword, salvaged by a faithful friend in the aftermath of the Iron Blood invasion 18 winters past. Remember, Clive, your blade is not your only weapon. From his teacher, Rodney Murdoch. Nice. Oh, and also legendary item, I didn't even read that, but it increases Torgal's attack proficiency. It'll say it right here, I believe. Oh, no, it didn't, but... yeah, his attack proficiency's gone up. That's neat before the final battle, which I imagine he's coming for. We got a quick item to grab over here, and then we'll go back to the base and get the next one, because I don't think there's anything else here. Liches and stuff? Just roaming the general land now? Oh, no. What am I talking about? Yes, that's the case. His thralls have been appearing, and there's one appearing right there as I'm leaving. I don't care about Martha's Rest Shop. It's never had anything good, unfortunately. Let's go back to the hideaway and get our next one. That is one down. What are we in? 13 minutes? 1 and 13? Okay. Even Joshua has a quest? We were at our room. There's another message there we have to go read. So let's go read the one that we had in the room, because there was still a second one there. And then keep going. Knocking. There's another one that got messaged from Karen, I bet. Here's in search of a lost tome. Reluctant as I am to add to your burdens, I would ask your aid in a personal matter, albeit one that may be beneficial to your cause. There exist ancient texts deemed so injurious to modern thought that mere possession is deemed a crime, and it was a chance encounter with one such tome, from a distance, that sparked the curiosity within me, the scholastic curiosity within, or I can't even speak, that sparked within me, the scholastic, y'all, I'm not cutting these. That sparked within me the scholastic curiosity which burns to this very day. I wish to enlist your aid in reclaiming that text. Should you require further incentive, know that I am willing to offer compensation for services rendered. Yes, Vivian, you never asked for anything.
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
Okay. Oh, we must read the other letter while we're here. A fine hound. From Karen? Yep. The two of you have been together for what feels like a lifetime now, but there's still a lot you have to learn about that hound of yours. Aye, he'd step in front of a bloody, raging behemoth if it meant protecting you, which he actually did. But that doesn't mean you should take it for granted. At the end of the day, he's a hound, and sometimes he just wants someone to pat his head and rub his belly and give him a handful of kupo nuts. You do good to remember that. Yeah, he's a great dog, but he is still a dog. We can get to Vivian quicker this way? No, this is just his balcony, right? And Jill's chilling here.
Clive?
Does she have a quest on
Have
her?
a moment.
Of course. Always.
I wanted to give you something.
Oh.
Is this?
I stitched it from the cloth you gave Hortense. The piece she said you liked best.
Aww.
I told her I used to enjoy needlework, but I didn't think she'd remember.
I remember this. There's a whole other side quest.
You didn't have to.
When I was very little, I recall my mother telling me that young ladies of the court would give knights ribbons from their hair before they went off to war.
Oh.
I still wear mine, so I made you this instead.
Aw, that's so
White
precious.
is the color of faith. Faith in your friends, your family, your purpose. Unblemished, unfeigned. Just like my faith in you.
Our faith. May it ever steer us true.
That's perfect.
And may it ever bring you back to me. I will always, always be here.
Thank you, Jill.
That's so sweet. That was just a random dialogue scene, and they gave us that special item. I've never had that happen before. No, I could have sworn that Clive had a back entrance. Like, I've been through it. But no, it's like not in his room. It's from the other spot. Anyway, we'll go over there. I'll just cut real fast. It's a little walk. Dion may have something to say, so let's see.
Courage, Ifrit.
I'm gonna ask about Origin.
My decision is made.
I shall carry you and your brother to Origin, that the Lesage name might live on in honor, not in infamy. Even if I should not. Oh wow, Clive actually never responds to these? Your Highness, you're not.
You said it yourself.
This is a journey from which I may not return, and yet I am resolved to go. Ultima took much from me, and he means to strip us all of what little we have left.
He must be stopped.
Whatever the cost.
He must.
Thank you, Your Highness. You are as over-hasty as your brother. Save your thanks for when this is over. Huh.
The time is nigh, Ifrit.
Interesting he calls us a freak, but it makes sense. Alright, we're almost there. I need to cut again. Any renown rewards while we're in this area? No. There are our friends asking for help, as expected. I swore Otto was in the kitchen and here at the same time. Because someone in there has a quest. I swear that's Otto. Keep that on camera just in case I'm right. Alright, Vivian, what you got?
Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say
Valid,
so.
valid, okay.
Forgive
As
me,
usual,
Clive,
we have to go talk to
for
our
asking this of
top tier
you.
lawsman.
But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated.
Huh. I mean, I understand that. I can rock with it. Let's go talk to them real fast. Harpocrates, man of the hour. Hello.
Ah, Clive, my boy. What a pleasure it is to see you.
You as well.
Harpocrates. There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
How did he know?
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
Executors?
Executors?
Coveters of secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of
Intenebration's
forbidden
a word I've never
texts
heard
and
before.
technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers.
What?
A tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
I mean, they're built on secrets,
Why?
Clive.
Secrecy is the executor's watchword.
Exactly. You said it nicer than I would have.
Lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
You didn't even hear about the ones
Which
that
would
served
explain
Joshua
why
for a while.
Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
Makes
But
sense.
what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders.
Phone not on mute?
Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
Then my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
I'm not sure what she was expecting.
Not from thin air, no. From ash.
Huh?
Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of storms.
So I love this whole
Rather
like
less so
idea,
across
by the way.
strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond.
Okay.
Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned.
Damn.
But though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves,
That's actually
quietly
crazy.
awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Oh, I like that though. A
When I
lore
next
hunt?
find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
Well, that's now. When I next do an objective, yeah, make for Garnick. Yeah, next time I'm there, I'll do it. As if I'm not heading there immediately. I love it's like next time I'm in Waloed. Like, yeah, I commonly go over there just for kicks. Vidagra, is this how you say that? 292 away. We don't like that. Ah, so this was the town that we found before. Last video that I was wandering in, there's nothing important. And I said this probably has a quest in it later. This is the one.
Which house would a bookworm live in?
Yeah, which house would a bookworm live in? Potion thrown in the trash, okay. He's up here. I love that kind of lore thing. Lore is, I mean, you guys have heard me say this a million times, but I love lore in general. As much as I can sometimes be tough at writing it. A Royal Intelligencer Training Report. In the wake of the tragic fire at Cair Norvent in 873V and the subsequent depletion of our most highly practiced intelligencers, all mainland strongholds were instructed to redouble training in clandestine maneuvers, improve weaponry and assassination techniques, and dispatch promising volunteers to zone here for inspection. This report details progress made by the stronghold at Garnick in reinvigorating Waloed's ranks of esteemed intelligencers.
This is a
Interesting.
Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks?
Seems like it. A complete botany of Banes. A-tier Frotida, or tail of wyvern, white of flower and black of root, the latter of which gives out an inky gall when cut or crushed. The tribesmen of Northern Storm prick their skin with oaken needles soaked in such, drawing curious patterns about their arms and legs in honor of their heathen gods. The gall is passing toxicate, that a single drop taken by mouth may result in cramps most painful for 5 days and 5 nights, or, if applied to a wound, certain death. Should a slip of the needle end a young warrior's life, it is said that his skin print failed to find favor among the heavens. That's crazy.
His interests were certainly varied.
How about this one? Oh, it's a chest. What am I talking about? What over here? The folklorist fabulary, the Moogle. No spirit or sprite appears more often in Valistian folk tales than the humble Moogle. They are occasionally painted as mischievous souls akin to pixies or imps. Most stories depict them as clumsy yet congenial spirits who delight in helping mankind with their daily labors. They are said to have sweet tooths, leading to the common superstition that one must not leave cakes or other sweetmeats uncovered overnight, lest naught remain but crumbs come morning. In appearance, they are described as being covered head to toe in soft white fur, exempting the small dark wings by which they are somehow able to take flight, and the brightly colored pom-poms that protrude from the tops of their heads. And yet, there's one detail regarding the Moogle that most find more remarkable than even the orb that tops its brow: the fact that the creatures actually exist. Preposterous, I hear you cry. Everybody knows that Moogles are the stuff of legend. I quite agree, but every legend has its basis in truth. And in the case of the Moogle, the fact may be not so dissimilar to the fiction. Ancient bestiaries list the white mole whose feet do not touch the ground among the beasts of the realm. And the illustration beside the name? Why, it's none other than the Moogle. Of course, it's true that the creatures are not known to still survive in the twins in the modern day. Perhaps their miniature wings carry them to other climes? Perhaps they were hunted to extinction? Or perhaps, just perhaps, they do still live among us, hidden away far from human view. We have one, so interesting. Well, he doesn't comment on that we have one, but sure. There's got to be more of a spot to look. Back here. From a distance. Oh, this is it. Chapter 16, The Fall of Bear. Okay, they're not slick with that. Come on, Chapter 16? Yeah. The Fall of the Bears. The emergence of the first magic adepts was widely heralded as a gift from the gods. Indeed, the title with which those with the gift came to be commonly known is most likely a contraction of bearer of the heavenly blessing, the wording used by the tribunes at the time. Those born with the blessing were lauded as living crystals and granted high office and plentiful reward for their status as chosen ones. Over the years, this reverence for their kind would become a full-fledged religion led by the bearers themselves, a development that would prove fateful. The divers nations of the time were unanimous of their disapproval of the founding of the church, while the authorities had for years welcomed bearers into positions of power in their own structures of state. They were mistrusting of an organization led by bearers for bearers. Efforts were immediately made to chasten the church and its followers, banning members from holding office, evicting adherents from their homes, and breaking up meetings by force. The church responded by forming a volunteer army to resist this persecution. And yet it continued, creating a cycle of ever-increasing bloodshed and rancor, and a growing rift between those born with the blessing and those without. What began with beatings and street clashes would eventually spill over into an all-out war that consumed the greater part of the twins for nigh a generation, and decimated the population of men and bears both. The deluge of blood that stained the land crimson and left an even more lasting mark upon the minds of the Valistian people. After the bears' last resistance was crushed, the nations of Valistia came together to sign the Continental Accord that initiated the system of slavery that persists across the realm to this day. Its well-known phrase, bears are other than human, has its roots in the bitter war of the years before, being the unblessed only excuse for their clamorous refusal to allow the blessed to decide their own destinies. Wow. That is a crazy truth.
But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Yeah, there's some insane truth here. Are those secret people going to show up and have to fight me? They came after this?
Leaving so soon, stranger?
Thought so.
We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Oh.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
No, it will not.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
We'll see about that. Okay, these guys just teleported?
Let's see, shall we?
We're gonna talk about these guys that teleported in. Especially big dude right here. Like, how the hell he get in here without me noticing? Oh, we're just gonna do this. I want to kill all the enemies around. Goodbye! Okay, now for the big one. Come on, I fought Ultima, like, yesterday. Nope. Think I'm gonna lose to an Inquisitor? Ow. Nope. Oh, he had a second one. Okay, I got a little confident. It's okay, it's okay. Oh, now he doesn't follow up. Ooh, parry. Goodbye. Cook him. Okay, nothing special. Dancing steel. Slice and dash. Slice and dice. I can't speak. Slice and dash is crazy. Woo. Cook him up. Ow. Get him with the slashes. Zansetsuken. It doesn't give me the special effect though. I'm using this. Nope. I'm just toying with him at this point. Alright, now die. Is he even dead to this? Maybe not. Probably not, actually. Let's slice him up then. That trade-off, I took the hit, but I kept attacking anyway. And you're dead. Actually, I'll use gun gear. Can this kill? Yes. Woo. That was smooth. Okay. Nice.
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
You
Why
will
do you
not.
want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no
I've
single
heard about this even in my
immutable explanation
history classes I
as
used to take.
why they came to pass.
Very true.
It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So
Exactly.
you're trying to control the truth.
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book, for now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait.
He just vanished?
Damn it.
Well, it's probably their techniques allow them to do what they do.
Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about.
Very interesting side quest there with the lore, though. Interesting we're learning about it right near the end of the game, but hey, I think it was pretty sick. Let's go get this back to Vivian. But I hope you guys now understand what are we at, 35 minutes in? You see now why this needed its own video to get through all these. I'm just hoping it can all be done in one video at that. That is our greatest hope. Here, Vivian.
Vivian. I found it. The book you lost.
From a distance, no mention is made to the name of the author. Whether that's because the title page has been lost to time or because the tome was published anonymously, it's impossible to say.
You found it.
We sure did.
Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I feared the executors had seized every copy.
Thankfully
I
not.
met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
Yeah.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed. Provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey
I like
to the
Vivian's
truth
story
might
added
be a
here.
lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you
The
still
true
feel that
history.
way? That you're not one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the hideaway, I find my thinking somewhat clouded.
Good. She's
Perhaps
one
the
of
result
us.
of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended.
Good. She's one of us,
The more
indeed.
I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from the outside, but from within. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, when enough people believe, belief begets truth. Give the
Yeah.
men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in you, as I do.
I'll try, Vivian. I'll try.
That's powerful. Good. A Vivian story here. Quest complete. Which reminds me, something we need to grab. Oh, we're almost about to level up again? Okay. Scholar's Bonnet. It's in our chambers. Vivian Ninetail's scholarly headwear, awarded to her upon the completion of her studies at the University of Canver. Oh, and there's the quote she said. That's nice. The Vivian quest. Neat. Let's get our new upgrade for you. Yes, Dancing Steel. Give it its upgraded version. Alright, and then Mastery, you gotta go back to Flames of Rebirth. 4250. Can we earn that before the final battle? I don't know, but it'd be nice. Another one they said was available nearby. There are lots of them nearby. But from our rooms where we started, there's another one in the room? You finish one and the next one just pops right up. There's just no end to them. So yeah, this EX, there might be an EX Part 1, there might be an EX Part 2 sitting in the backlog, like just some videos that I'm going to have waiting here to get thrown up. But we're going to see what happens. But as interesting as they are, we will get every single one done. Making amends. Master Clive, I'm aware there are matters of much great import which demand your attention, but should you find yourself a moment, I bid you visit me in the shelves. I might ask a single favor concerning His Highness, Princess Dion. Okay. Sure.
It's usually me making demands of Hippocrates. I wonder what this is about.
Something with Hippocrates and Dion. What connection do they have that he's getting involved in this? Interesting. Well, as Clive sprints full speed over there, we'll see. Hippocrates! Hello.
Lawsman Hippocrates. I received your note.
Ah, yes. I expect you're wondering what this is all about.
You spoke of making amends with Dion, but I can't imagine what for.
Then I should begin by telling you that I was once his tutor.
He was
This
what?
was some years ago, of course, before I joined Sid in his hideaway. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme.
He was Dion's
and was
tutor.
accordingly invited to the palace to supervise the young prince's education, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything an emperor should. History, religion, commerce, government. Alas, our time together was cut short when Dion left to join the dragoons.
Yeah, I thought so.
His
Yeah, he is a
studies no
dragoon
longer
himself.
being deemed necessary. I
thought
had
so.
not expected to meet with him again, least of all here.
Have you spoken with him?
No, I have yet to find the right moment.
Aww.
His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone. I would not wish to disturb his ruminations with idle words of greeting.
He's scared to
Not when
talk
I
to
know he
him.
dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the Dominion.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, I know. But as you say, that was Ultima's doing. Surely you can't blame yourself.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, but his people's expectations that weighed heavily upon him.
That is deep.
And I did nothing to ease
That's
that
deep.
burden. He bore it alone, until the day he could not bear it any longer. It is one of my greatest regrets that I only ever offered him my wisdom, when what he truly needed was friendship. The blame for Dion's transgressions lies not only on his shoulders, but on mine.
I see. I'm ready to help you in any way that I can.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild wyvern tail.
Huh?
Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower is to be granted inner solace. Fabulists and fraudsters all, of course.
Fabulous and
But there
frosty.
is oft a seed of truth to be found where even the most outlandish opinions align.
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower?
Okay, that turned into
How
a
will I
fetch
know it?
quest real fast. Talk about a
I've
swerve.
seen cultivated wyvern tails
He
before,
mixed the
at
hell
least.
out of us. Alright, Gramps.
The lily-white blossoms from whose roots the poisonous ink for the brand is distilled. Well, those which grow in the wild differ only in their purple hue. The harsher the environment in which they are raised, the deeper the color.
Interesting.
There is a waterfall in Rickmal's Roost across the strait, where the flowers once grew in abundance. Whether they still survive there, I know not. But try as I might, I can find no likelier location.
Okay.
It's all right. I'll find you a wyvern tail one way or another.
Thank you,
Indeed.
Clive. And please, be safe.
Such a kind old man. I love Hippocrates. Let's go find this flower. Where did he say to go? Is it over here? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of the stuff's in Waloed. Now that Waloed's unlocked, I'm not surprised most of our quests are going to be going back to that area. $553? Okay, well, time to travel. Okay, we have arrived. I don't know what that dragon is. We're not gonna fight that. Should be somewhere right around here. There are too many monsters nearby. Oh, it's over there. I have to kill this thing. All right, well, let's kill this dragon. Woo. Ow. All right. Damn thing, get out the way! I need the points, but like, I don't want to deal with you right now. Ow. I'm getting smoked. Alright. He attacks pretty fast. Get him. Oh, he followed up quick, but yeah, once we're like that, parrying is easy. Look at his face right there. That freeze frame was kind of tough. Have you had enough yet? Thank you. Alright, you know the usual. Judgment Bolt. And let's try the upgraded version of Dancing Steel. You got like more follow-up now? It looks longer. Yeah. Had some new moves in there. Pretty cool. Now they can actually start comparing to our other ults. I should have gone for the other one first, but it's okay. Nope. Yep, when we're like that, the parries are much easier. I've noticed. I probably will make a video on like how to parry. I would just need a lot of some of this like footage I already have, or just go in and show by example, which we could probably do. We are cooking the hell out of this thing. Yeah, that PV leads to your death. And be sliced up before being cut down. Ooh. Okay. Another thing was like right here. Yep. The Wild Wyvern Tail. Interesting name for a flower.
Here they are.
Let's go back to Harpocrates. Here you go, Gramps. Where's another new missive to our chambers? That can't be more quests, can it? It hasn't been yet. But damn. They don't want it to end. They said, here you go. Here's all the quest content we can dump on you. I need to see some of those crazy rewards. The Torgal one was good.
Oarsman, I found the flowers you were looking for.
You did?
I think I did.
Records suggest that the wyvern tail was first cultivated for the purpose of distilling a purple dye from its petals. However, when the tended blooms were discovered to lose their hue over time, the gardeners of early Valistia made the fateful decision to investigate the practical properties of their roots instead.
You did indeed. My dear boy, thank you.
You wanted to make Dion a gift of one, did you not? Shall I invite him to join us?
Oh, I don't...
It's no trouble. I'll go and fetch him.
Good. He should. They need to make up. I would have never thought of all people to have a connection with Harpocrates and Dion, but they made it a super just natural connection that makes perfect sense. Well on them. Dion, just a minute I want to see.
Your Highness, would you do me the honor of accompanying me?
No. It is time, then.
No.
No. Only to the shelves. Our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Harpocrates.
Yeah, he remembers him.
No. I dare not show my face before him. Not after everything I have done.
Oh.
I have taken countless innocent lives. And ruined countless more. All because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt. But were I to meet with him again, and see in his eyes what I have become, I fear that my resolve might falter.
Then that is all the more reason to do it.
Yeah.
Test your resolve. Prove to yourself and to him how strong it truly is.
Yeah, Clive, good.
You are right.
His lips did
I
not move.
must, at the very least, offer him my gratitude. Very well, then. Take me to him.
Follow me.
Good. The happy children, unawares of the tragedies of the world. A heartfelt reunion, finally. Say his name.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Aww.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology.
Oh,
That
so
you
kind.
took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Is that a wyvern tail?
Wyverndale.
The color is unfamiliar to me.
Did it teach him something?
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environments in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you.
Oh, I know that's tearing his heart apart.
I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Oh. Oh, my heart, man. My chest. It hurts. These side quests are tearing me up today.
Our roots do not define us. No
Battery
wonder my
notification?
stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
How sweet. What oh, these side quests, man. My heart. Oh, my heart.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I might never have found the right moment to speak with him. Not to mention the wyvern tales. I shall plant their seeds, that I might not disappoint His Highness upon his return.
Good.
I hope the soil in the hideaway is to their liking.
Why, these flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed. I'm sure Nigel's yard will suit them to a T. When it comes to expressing one's gratitude, I find that words are seldom sufficient. Here.
Socrates is the GOAT, man. How could anyone dislike this guy?
A stolas quill. Or more precisely, my stolas quill. 'Tis said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. All those words just waiting to pour out onto the page. So consider this my wish for you. That one day you may put down your sword and pick up that pen.
Well, when that day comes, I'll certainly have a lot to write about. Thank you, Harpocrates.
Good.
You'll have pride of place in my chamber.
Very good. Quest complete. That's a level up? Yep. 43 is what we're at now? No, we're at 45. Oh, my brain was lagging. Alright. Stolas Quill, Lordsman Hippocrates' best-loved writing implement, whose nib has scribed many a learned tome. 'Tis said that now is for the... Oh, no, he said that already. And Bahamut's Mercy reduces Gigaflare cooldown by 6 seconds. That's nice. It is a gift from the very first Emperor of Sanbreak to his infant son, and this ring has graced the hand of every dominant of Bahamut since. The Aether it absorbed from the Icon over the years, aiding the next Imperial Scion, and drawing out the full potential of their bloodline. But now the Empire lies in ruin, and that bloodline is broken, so let it be with Bahamut, as was always intended. Oh, that's what he gave to us. The power for Bahamut. It used to belong to his family line, but now it's given it to us. That's tragic, actually, especially because I'm not even using Gigaflare. May as well clear out the tomes while we're here, right?
I was wondering when next you'd visit.
We can ask about that stuff. We should.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
Where are we at now? Level 7?
I have quite the find for you today.
Okay. Barnabas' mother. I'm curious about this. One of the few surviving denizens of the children of Zemeckis, who fled from Valistia and took refuge in the outer continent, only returning generations later. She and her clan were devout believers in the circle of Malleus, whose teachings she instilled in her son, teachings and memories he treasures to this day. Alas, her beliefs were also to prove her downfall. She was killed in a raid by the followers of a rival religion. Damn. I was curious about her. So this is like from this whole thing, the Zemeckis thing that happened. Wow. Echoes, Inner Sanctum, Circle of Malleus. Religion from which recent savior cults grew. Its beliefs were originally drawn from the murals left behind by the people who lived near the Mother Crystal, Zemeckis, but while at one point it was a faith followed throughout Valistia, time and the fading memory of the ancient culture that spawned it gradually fell from favor, whatever. Interesting.
If you
we can
have
read
a
about more of
question for me,
that differently.
I should be happy to answer
Ultima. Yeah. Everything that we found out that he did. Origin, a vast structure laid dormant, blah, blah, blah. It yearly resembles a Mother Crystal. Yep. new world. The Paradise Ultima seeks to summon into creation one free from the blight that almost ended his race. The Barnabas believed that he and his fellow faithful would be allowed to join his deity there. He was mistaken. Only Ultima and his kin should have a place in this new paradise. A paradise freed not only from blight, but from humanity. Damn, he was just being manipulated and never even was going to have a chance to be there with him. And there's our thing. Yeah, the true final form of the vessel that Ultima requires to enter the world. If it's a question, it feels like they're implying that it's not. Huh.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Let's see what he says here.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost, if I may observe.
Your brother is possessed of a rare gift, and I do not mean the flames of the phoenix. Words, Clive. His findings on Ultima and the Circle of Malleus are worthy of the great Moss himself. Should he choose to devote himself to this path, I hazard he could one day become quite the historian. But not before you and he finish our own story.
History can wait.
After all, for that is what it does.
I well recall.
The time I spent at the Imperial Palace instructing the young prince on the history of our realm. He was quite unlike the other noble-born children I had taught, not only for the keenness with which he listened, but for the earnestness of his own conviction.
He truly believed
that it was the Empire's duty to serve the people, and was determined to study the past that he might not repeat its mistakes. Which is the reason why what befell Twinside weighs so heavily on his soul. He must live with the consequences, and I fear it will take more than merely time to heal such wounds.
It will take forgiveness.
Not from you or me, nor his countrymen, not even from his late father, no.
From himself.
Only then might his flower bloom again. An origin.
Ah, yes.
You've arrived at a solution, then. Dion will carry us.
Indeed.
A feat befitting the final act. I congratulate myself that I shall live long enough to see it, a feat in itself for a man of my years. But to be serious, it is no small thing to march against fate, Clive. You must be certain of your footing, lest the winds of destiny divert you from your course. Are you certain of your footing, Clive? I am.
Then go.
And do what you must. Good.
Fare thee well,
sweet
my friend.
Nothing. We do have a letter in the chambers. And we have the quest out here. I guess we'll move to this one right beside me. I think it's from my uncle. So let's go read the letter, and then we'll talk to my uncle next. Or Clive's uncle, you know, say my uncle because, you know, I'm playing Clive. Yeah. And then we'll work our way outside around a circle till we get to Mid's dungeon, and then outward from there. Definitely looking like this is going to be like a two-part EXer, because, wow, is there a lot of content. It might have to delay the finale a bit, but it's going to be recorded, don't worry. Whole again. Clive, it occurs to me that a single word of thanks does not nearly suffice to express my gratitude for uniting me with from a distance. The tome made me who I am today, and yet I thought that I should never set eyes upon it again, that those who took it from me had forever robbed me of a part of myself. But now I am whole again, thanks to you. I regret that I can only fill in the gaps in your knowledge, not the holes in your soul, for which reason I shall ever be in your debt. Oh. Well, we did that. We filled the hole in her soul. Alright, Uncle, you're up next. We're finally leaving the chambers, at least, to get quests outside of that. Is that final mode unlocked yet? I really believe it's only going to happen when the game's over. Yeah. Alright. I don't really care too much about the jukebox. I'll consider. Gab, you have anything interesting?
You alright?
What do you think about Origin?
About that.
If there's anything I can do to help you kill this Ultima bloke, you just say the word, eh? You could promise to take Sid's name off my hands.
Aye.
Don't even joke about that. Anyway, I thought you said you hadn't finished with it yet. I did, didn't I? Now, if you wanted to give me an even grander title, something to rival your Sid the Outlaw, that'd be a different story.
Let's see.
Gav the Magnificent? Gav the Almighty? Gav the Lionheart? Something along those lines? I'll leave that to you to decide. I'm sure you're more than capable of choosing the perfect moniker for Sid's right-hand man. Right-hand man, eh? I'll take it.
You off then?
And hello, Uncle Byron. Oh, what about Origin? You're set on this plan of yours, then? I am. You never were one to shy away from a fight. Some might say it runs in the family. Your father would be proud.
Thank you, Uncle.
I know he'll be with us up there.
As for down here...
You may take comfort in the knowledge that the realm will be in my capable hands until your return. Indeed. Three's Company. What's this about?
Clive, my boy!
He just suddenly starts speaking.
Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved. But such are the times we live in, huh? I would have done the same for anyone else. You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests? From what little I saw, you were right to be worried. I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas,
can only hope.
It seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days.
Most countries don't even have a leader.
The people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
Well, Lud was wiped off the
Where do
map.
we start?
The Empire has no leader.
True.
Rosaria
The
has no
challenges
leader
that
because of
face
the
us are
Empire.
many.
And
But in
neither
my
does
estimation,
whatever the
there
other
are
place is.
two key areas to be addressed
And
before
then
any
Camber
other.
got destroyed.
The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes? But such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart. But how would one even begin to unite the realm? The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together.
Wow.
But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
Eugen, is how you
I
pronounce
thought he was
that?
retired. He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally.
Wow,
And
that's
as
so
luck
crazy.
would have it, I've already spoken
Literally.
with him on the matter. Of course you have. And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I
Understandably
extolled your
so.
many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Of course not. That's your wish.
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it. That's the spirit.
It could be worse.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas? Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Understood.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle. No. Thank you, Clive.
Three's Company. Alright, let's go to Randalar. Tabor. Bucklad. Where's he supposed to go? Oh, it's right here. It's this one, yeah. And Bucklad. What is that massive hole over there? Is that the waterfall? Yeah, that's the waterfall. I doubt you have anything important, but I'll check merchant.
What are you looking for?
Trash, trash, trash. This could be cool. Breath of Darkness here. Reduce Heaven's Clouds. A different move, though. We don't need it. No, no. And we're good on items, too. Do I have valuables to sell? Yes, I do.
May Gilbert smile upon you. Do you see that too?
Where's that guy at? Oh, what? Talking about the thing over there? Yep, you sure can see it. That is terrifying. Everyone in the world can just see that massive thing in the distance.
Oh, please. Just make it stop.
Oh, there's like 470 to go. We'll be right back. Alright, here we are. And there's a crowd waiting for us. What is up with this? We've never been here either, have we? I don't think.
turncoats and cowards,
Yeah, him.
the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
Look at his face.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
That man is
This won't take
heated.
long.
You're right. It won't.
Come on,
Men,
y'all. They're getting a flamethrower birth. They always think they got numbers. How's this taste? Yep. How do you actually survive that? You can eat Judgment Bolt. Hear this. Goodbye. A few more of you live, huh? Interesting. I guess we'll do this. Slice them all up. Ooh, so fast they can't even move. The camera is wigging. Alright, eat this too then. They're tougher than I gave him credit for, but he's still dead. Goodbye. Yeah, there was nothing he could do about that. Just goons, a lot of them.
A little longer than I'd have liked.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Wow.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am. Or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you
I
stand
think
to
I'm back
gain
from
from
what
all
saying from
this?
before. I like how he talks.
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now, we have a chance to put things right.
I always
But in
love
order to
Clive's
take it,
speeches.
we
He
must
tells
stand
very good
together.
ones.
Even
Very
if it
good
be
speeches
beside
from our
those with
boy.
whom we don't
Our
see
boy
eye to eye.
Clive.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my
agreed to
most
it.
trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
He's a goat.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals, but those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen.
You, perhaps.
Really?
I'm flattered.
We're the ones doing the persuading?
But I'm no diplomat either.
Yeah, Clive's not exactly the best at
problems
that.
to attend to.
I would say,
What we need
personally.
is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Huh? Who are you referring to?
Beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis, your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round.
You do it pretty well very often,
My brother
Clive.
to take his medicine. No. This is a job
He does
for
it very
someone
well
with
very
experience.
often. He's selling himself too short. You know the creak of
Someone
the
like
chair
Quentin.
randomly.
I
Quentin is who he
convince him at least.
means. Okay, no, that makes perfect sense. I was wondering who he was referring to, but Quentin is a good pick. Oh, we're gonna go straight to him. Okay, we're not done yet. Quentin, over here. Yes. Been a while since we've seen him. Ever since his life fell apart and then started over again. And they're like back in the fields, right? Yeah. This one's not too bad of a distance. How far are we in here? An hour 16? Should have about 4 done in that time, which isn't too bad. Maybe we'll get 5 or so in, depending on how short or fast they are. Just think about how many quests we're getting in, but they just do not stop. There are tons to get through, so I'll have a few EX parts, and I might have to change up the schedule given that. We'll see what I can get done, though. I'm trying to make it work as best I can. Now, they're up here, restarting here in Oroville Downs. Hello, Quentin.
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose.
Propose. Whoa, Quinn.
You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up
You
what
really
little
think so?
I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
Damn.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
Oh, homie's coming in, knocking
What he's
straight
asking.
again.
How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best.
Yeah.
If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That
Yeah.
only we are worth saving. Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A
Wow.
stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Wow, he's on
Field Marshal
board.
Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of curse breakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long.
Yeah, once we kill him.
To know that his plan is taking shape.
Then we go tell it to Uncle and bring it to an end. That quest will be complete. Oh, there he is.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Oh, yeah.
Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
We do our
Rutherford is
best. I
accompanying
love
him
Uncle.
back to your manor in Porter's Alder as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution. And I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate, turned Liberator.
Huh.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. But yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Yeah.
Cool. Assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion.
Persuasion.
But luckily I had some unexpected help.
Who could that be?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
We must have done that at some point, huh?
Handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor.
Wow, something we did
Join
had
us
a
there
nice
at your
consequence like
earliest
that later on.
convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
Quest complete? Or are we going to the manor right now? Oh, no, we are. Right now. Okay. Alright. Who thought we'd see this group in a room together?
Pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Wow.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls.
Damn.
My soldiers actually need their rations.
Yeah,
Without any
vine boom
food
there.
to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob
Quentin
away
doing
in
his
every
job?
bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. 2 such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends? I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Wow.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Aw.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
Once more onto the breach.
Now they're debating roasting us? What did we do? Not so subtle cough? Y'all saw that subtitle?
What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes. And I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands.
Yeah, we still have to
But
kill
the
Ultima.
well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony?
Why Quentin just smirking like that?
Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will.
That was a longer one for the cutscene side.
Well,
Just like a little
my
fight
boy.
spiced in, but
The stage is set.
it's important to the future of the story.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast.
Aw.
We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall. And there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will.
I'm glad that Clive has his uncle.
Thank you,
After
Uncle.
losing so much. Quest complete. Alright. Triunity Accord, another special item for us. Signed by the representatives of, or from Rosaria, Dhalmekia, and Sanbreak, this mutual accord sets the stage of a new age in Storm, if not officially, then at least in spirit. And something else for Heaven's Cloud? Okay. Another one done. Okay. And we're all the way down here.
What do you think that thing is?
Haven't used the elevator in ages. We're at just about 130. We can probably get one more side quest in this video. Probably at least one, maybe more than one. Let's try to be quicker. Inside, are we out of stuff? Yes, so the next one is Joshua right here. Alright, Joshua, what do you got?
Clive.
Let's go Origin.
This is it then, brother.
Our last dance with Ultima awaits. Only the Founder knows what awaits us up there.
Indeed.
But whatever we find, we shall overcome it. It would not do to disappoint our friends. They all believe in you, Clive. They would follow you to the end of the earth if they could.
You're wrong.
My friends don't follow me. They spur me on. I couldn't have made it this far without them. Nor without you, Joshua. You gave me your blessing and made me your shield. Without you, I don't know how I would have even survived. Even when we were apart, you were always with me, and I trust you'll be with me now until the end.
Of course.
Whenever that may be. And then his quest, when there's a will.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will.
Their father's
Something akin
will,
to it.
huh?
His will. How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy.
Yeah, we had a
remained.
crazy fight with Kupka in there, where he
And
cut
in
off his
the process
arms.
of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but would you join me?
Of course.
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very
Yeah.
well. I'm ready to leave when you are.
Let's go. Interesting. I wonder what their father's will says. Their brotherly bonds are one of the top parts of the game. Like, not even a debate on that. Let's go meet them and check out the will. And there's another one right in this area too, so I guess we'll just back to back if we end the quest in this area. Alright, right over here. Oh, they have one of their own in here. Hello, Cyril.
Your Grace, my lord. I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here.
Alright, let's pop it open. What does it say?
If you would do us the honor, my lord.
Oh, we get to read it? My beloved sons, I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms, and only with all Rosaria striving as one might we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way, and it shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you. Your father.
An inheritance?
Ooh.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
That's crazy.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me.
Plans for the duchy?
Complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim.
Wow.
But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the Blight spreading ever more widely across the Twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless.
Huh.
Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides. Those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
It is true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath.
She was terrible for that, man. She got the fate she deserved.
At least remains. And she has come bearing gifts.
Who?
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Indeed. Alright, we gotta speak with his aide over here. What's this all about? Cyril's guest?
My lord, your grace.
Who is this?
I hardly recognize you.
I don't recognize her at all.
I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude.
I'm just mostly curious what it is. A gift 19 years in the making.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
Yeah, thanks, Josh, for asking the real questions.
It has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both.
Matching armbands?
He did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
That's so tragic.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else?
Of course, yeah.
Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Good.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see.
The bellies of
You
them?
at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
Oh no.
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
Huh. Good answer. Oh, time to kill a griffin. Elder griffin. Where is it at? Okay, we can teleport closer and then go right to it. Let's go kill it. Not too far. So yeah, thinking about it, we definitely are going to need 2 episodes of this to get all the quests done. Do I extend this one to 3 hours? Part of me is thinking about extending it to 3 hours. You guys are seeing if I did or didn't. But at the same time, it's like, would an extra hour even complete it? I dare say not. How many videos will this one be? Of course, Spider-Man coming out soon. We'll be recording that, so it might be a delay on the finale, a little bit of a wait. With these being like EX holdovers, that may just end up being the case. So then finally, oh, it's right here. I'm running right past it. Can we get down? Thank you. Yes, to do that, to then finally get the ending reward. That could be very cool. Just a little bit of a delay for you before it comes. Oh, hello, dive bomb. So we'll see exactly what happens soon enough. Okay. Interesting attacks. Ow. The other attack very slow there. Got that. We need that so we can pump stuff up. Ow, that still hit me. There's not even anywhere to dodge. I can't even see him. There we go. Ow. Yeah, I couldn't even see it coming. That's not fair. There we go. Halfway point. Yep. Good damage. Nice parry. Here it comes again. Nice miss. Submerge? I wonder what that means. Submerge.
Too slow.
You're not biting me. Should be broken in just a second. Of course not. Right when I was going for the final hit. Watch this. Broken. Yep, I knew it. We'll get our HP back. Yeah. Alright. Josh's going in too, firing his cannon. That is pretty crazy looking, not gonna lie. This thing's got some HP on him. What is that? Kingslayer? You was meant to fight our father is a pretty crazy sentence. Are you done? Yeah, there's a cooldown. That only got him to halfway. This bird is tough. Can't even attack it. Yeah, because I have to get out of that tornado. Ow. Okay, get in the air before it comes down. Ow. Yeah, there's your halfway. Might as well do this. No way. He knocked me out of it because his move started at the same time? Oh! I'm gonna die to this thing. That would've been embarrassing as hell. Get out of here, man. Zero birth, full power. You are at one tap. Thank you. You've got to go down. Okay. Goodbye. The Heartstone. Griffins suffer something akin to the crystal's curse, their flesh slowly turning to stone over a lifetime of channeling ether. Unlike bearers, however, the effect is more gradual and limited to a sac around their hearts, the slower progress of petrification resulting in the formation of a gemstone of rare beauty.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Goditha will know.
It should be. There really couldn't be much of anything else since you grabbed the kidney stone out of his corpse. Alright, hello Goditha. Are these what you're looking for?
Thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And a Heartstone claimed.
Heartstone. Griffin suffers something akin to the crystal's curse. Their flesh slowly turns... Oh, wait, I already read this. What am I talking about? I read it as soon as I got it. I'm just always used to reading those when we turn them in.
Luster like frozen flame. It is just as your father described it.
Like frozen flame, huh?
Lord. Your Grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Lapidary?
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith.
It's crazy she tracked that beast for 19 years to have us ready to kill it and get the Heartstone from it.
The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all.
Wow.
Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms, only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Oh.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
Yeah, she's a real one
Remaining the
for doing that.
steadfast custodian of our father's will.
All this
Forgive me,
time.
my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Oh, good question.
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin,
Interesting.
thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Imagine
Goditha,
hearing that after so
on behalf
many
of my
years.
father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Good.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace.
She's a real one. It's
for
been damn near
coming
20
back to
years.
us, for giving my service meaning.
Good on them. All right. Oh, there's more. Just exit?
The bands suit you well.
Oh.
It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
Yeah.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff?
Okay.
Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Should we pay Father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Oh,
Your
let's do that.
father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Interesting. His helm.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
See, these are the kinds of like end game quests that make the most sense. Things like this. And back to Hawk's Cry Cliff to see their father's memorial. All right, here we go.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
Save the world? Of
Oh,
course.
watch out.
We've overcome Father's political enemies. Well, that unnecessary.
Wow.
Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of.
Yeah, she was a horrible
Perhaps these
person.
plans would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
Very true.
Time
I need
to
these
fight.
things to leave me alone, man. Get out of here. It's like right up here? Or down there? Oh, okay. How do I get down there? Over there, okay. I see it, alright. Let's ride down there.
It's just back there.
I've never been here. Oh, there it is. Their father's memorial. And there's his helm.
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
You were less than 10 years old.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting.
Just like you guys.
To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
I love this track. And there's his helm.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
Exactly right.
What he would have done himself. Even if
What a
he meant
nice memorial.
standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
Perfect timing before their final battle. Oh, I had a feeling something like this might happen. Wow.
We won't lay you down.
He felt his presence.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Oh yeah. The rusted battle helm for our collection, I thought, yep. Archduke Elwin's helm, worn during the victorious campaign to quell the northern uprising. War is coming, my boy. We must make ready. In Clive's chambers. Quest complete. What's this? Joshua's joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. Oh, well, look at that. He'll be with us the entire time. Nothing right here, so back to the base. We are at 1 hour and 53 minutes, so we have time to just do one more as long as that one takes. Assuming I don't randomly decide to go all the way to 3 hours. Which, if so, this sounds very stupid to you guys, but don't worry about that. don't worry your heads about that. There's someone up here who needs something. The next one. Ah, Doris. What's up?
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
Yeah, we'll go. Let's go.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past.
As it tends to happen.
Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
Indeed.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit Walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
There will be. Journey there. We have another quest in the chamber. Did y'all see that? There's another one there replacing them. These things are like endless. Endless, I'm telling you. You finish one and another one creeps up right in its place. So yeah, there'll be some EX parts is like the plan we're going to do. It's just going to do a few. We're going to like, you know, Spider-Man's going to drop. We're going to do Spider-Man. A few EX parts are going to release. You know, we're going to have a little bit of a break to do Spider-Man. We'll have one Spider-Man we've, you know, done some time on there. Come back to the game. Finish all the EX parts. Getting ready for the finale. And then finale time. But the week marathon was a success because it put us right at the finale. So, you know, I still consider that a very big W.
I need to hurry.
A great W, in my opinion. And that said, I'm looking forward to all the videos we've got that are about to come out. That, damn, he didn't come back close enough. I can do that while doing the down finish. Goodbye. Okay, I thought I accidentally done something there that I'd never known before, but no, I did not. Oh no, I did. Is that if you hold L1, he runs faster? No. No. But it kind of looked like it did start that. I'm tripping, man. I'm not gonna question it. You know, if I didn't know, I didn't know. Oh, yup, I knew it. This was the place we had to come back to. The one I said was important before. Where me and Joshua were.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet.
Yeah, we're not gonna quit just yet.
Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Okay.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to
Bad enough to turn a bear? That'd be crazy.
Locked up tight.
Probably just use the key. So we gotta go this way? Okay. There they are. Yeah, that does them both. Fighting in this corner is tough.
You're finished.
Anyone, you know, alive in here? Back that way. In there somewhere? Okay, well, let's just keep going around this way. Goodbye. These guys are made of tougher stuff lately. Alright. What's this? Recommendation concerning Kuza beast deployment. The Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It's proposed instead that bearer captives be employed in order to draw enemy focus, and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimal loss of Waluder lives.
Minimal loss of Waluder lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
That is insane. Come on, Barnabas. What's this? Another paper? Memorandum on Kuza beast feeding. Recent supply shortages left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was reserved to kill and consume the bearers assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of its training. The beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bearers may be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bearers no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required. What?
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
We're feeding it bears. Oh my god, that is sick. We can't continue this way? No. Something was missed. Is there not a door here that could go through? No and no? Okay. So where's what I missed, huh? I want to say upstairs, but it's implying no. I'm implying it's on the first floor. If they're saying that, I'm going to keep looking here first. This thing is locked? Was there nothing in this room? I guess not. Okay. I'm a little lost on where this thing is. Oh. I guess I went right past it. Balmung Dark Writ of Designation. The Kingdom of Valudia hereby designates the facility a prison for the taming of bears, both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a Kuza beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention thereof is to be punishable by death. Captive bearers have been provided solely for the pursuit of the aforementioned purpose. Extra permission is required for use of bears in any other capacity.
So this place was no ordinary prison, and I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Yep, the Kuza is still lingering here.
Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Oh yeah. Oh boy, more of them. That was a waste. Check them over here first. These guys have been made of tougher stuff lately, I swear. save my ult for that monster that's definitely somewhere here. Anyone even in these prisons? No, empty, empty, empty. Doris?
No luck downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something
Yeah,
far more
feeding
sinister
bears
was
is
happening
crazy
here.
to me. Actually
I know.
crazy.
I've been reading some of these documents and it can't be true, can it?
It is.
Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even, and those who wouldn't
That is
or
horrific.
couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
They were fed.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
That should be for the one downstairs. Nothing more up here either. Yeah, but that is... Oh, it's so tragic. Wait, I came from... Yeah, down this way. There are the stairs. What about over here? Yeah. We'll check if there's anything. Didn't mean to do that, but we'll take it. There was a door here. But, oh yeah, but it had a chest. Thought so. That beast is definitely going to be coming for us. Expect a boss fight. I'll tell you that right now. There's no way it doesn't happen. I just went past where I had to go, didn't I? Yep. I wonder what a Kusa is. Have we seen one? Am I just like having a stupid blank moment where I don't remember what that beast is, or have we not seen one? I honestly have no idea. There you go. Let's release the lock.
Let's see what we can find down here.
Okay. Oh, there's an opening. That can't be good. We'll save that for last. Amber. Okay. Someone's crying? Someone's alive?
A survivor. And she sounds close.
Hey, kid.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Oh, only a kid.
Of course there were.
It's so
Thank
tragic.
the founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. You must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he?
Oh.
He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Here it comes. I thought so.
Was that?
What else would it be, Clive?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
All right. Fight time. Just what we do best.
It's out there waiting
There
for
it
me.
is. Oh my god.
I can't let it live.
Is that a
Not if it's
behemoth?
got a taste for bearers.
But it says it was called something else. Alright, we're out here for it. Look at that terrifying thing. To think they were killed and eaten by this? Yakuza Beast. And it's on the bounty list.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison.
This is definitely a
I
behemoth.
can't let that happen.
Alright, some hits and dodge again. We gotta tear this thing down. I think it's got a taste for bears. This terrifying thing. Damn, it finally hit me. Alright. He's a tough one. I can already tell that much. Oh, there goes. Yeah, that's a behemoth, alright. I thought I dodged that? Alright, didn't. I just dodged early. Alright. There's his halfway point. On the first bar, anyway. Ow. I'm not dodging these like I was just a minute ago. Where am I? Okay. I'm getting cooked. Oh, whoa. There we go. I thought I dodged that and I didn't. Okay. Can't see? Oh yeah, I got hit because I couldn't see. Why does he drop his arm to do that charge?
To me, boy.
Nope. Get him! Break, 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 break. Yep. Okay, I moved incorrectly there, but alright. Alright. I don't know why I went for this as the ult first, but it's okay. Hit him? No, it went off right when his bar refilled. Not really doing all that much. Okay, one more break will kill him. Whoa. His... Ow. Alright. I thought I dodged that too. Can you stop tackling everywhere so I can kill you? Ow. Alright. Don't hit me. Yeah, there we go. Not a trade I needed. I was here to hit him with the ult. Gotta carve him up. Get him with it. He dodged most of that. And dodge a comment into a Judgment Bolt. And that staggered him. And pile drive. And with the finish off, Flamethrower Burn for the flex. Burn for all the bears you've eaten. The notorious Mark was slain. Nice. Good points, good money, good experience, good renown. And you got the Behemoth Shackle, which you already seen before, and Meteorite. Yep, that was a Behemoth. That is crazy. They had at least three or four under the Kingdom's control. Nuts. Just nuts.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
But you did get smacked a few times. Not a book?
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
That's so tragic.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
Good. In honor of you, Chadwick. Never saw him on screen, but he was clearly a great man.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks.
Good.
I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie.
Haida Marie is her name,
I
huh?
remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind,
A good man, Clive.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles.
Yes, they can.
And the curse breakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Indeed.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting
I'm glad Doris got some more screen time. Like, we hardly got to see her for a while, but she had a couple of good quests and good history that have made her a lot more of an interesting character. And honestly, more of a character at all. Good XP and other stuff? Okay. Breath of Darkness for gun gear. I'm not putting it on over anything, so I didn't even look at it. Back where we left off in here, huh? Do we have a renown reward? Still not yet, huh? Okay. More monsters out there, even more than what I saw last time. I'm sure there are plenty out there, which we still have to do. We still have to go through, let's see what we got here. One more over here. There's some, at least one more at the green table. One 2, 3 here. So about at least 4 in the highway. 5, 6, 7. And monster hunting. So what I say, there's probably going to be... This is EX Part 1. It's probably going to be EX Part 2 and EX Part 3, I would say, before the finale. A few EX parts, I would say, are coming before the finale does, because we've reached this. So consider all of these. These are the endgame quest. The finale is coming after these 3. This is all just going to be a massive division of the finale. Because I thought about, okay, well, let's just record until we get to the finale if we had story stuff left to do beforehand, but we don't. This is all just good side quests, the good conclusions to the side stories, monster hunt boards, all that. We're going to divide into these EX parts. Which will be posted before the finale. So EX Part 1 is going to drop. You're seeing this video on Thursday. At midnight, the day that you're watching this, if you're watching it the day it goes live, Spider-Man will go up. Spider-Man's going to have a 1-week celebration for it releasing. So you'll be seeing pretty much a week worth of Spider-Man videos straight. Then I'll decide, depending on how long the game is, whether we're going to continue Spider-Man just until we beat it all the way straight and then finish the finale, a couple of EX parts, and warm into the big finale. Or whether the following second week, we're going to flip-flop Spider-Man, Final Fantasy, Spider-Man, Final Fantasy to get the finale out there and then go to Spider-Man. So we will see what happens. But that's the current game plan if you're still watching here. With that being said, though, I'm going to go ahead and bring us to an end for today's video. You guys have sat here for the longest video yet, and to think it was an EX part, and we're not even done yet. So... look forward to the next ones. I hope you guys have enjoyed these side stories, side fights, monster hunts, all this good stuff, because I do, and I do know at least some of you out there enjoy them, so I'm very happy to be able to pride with that. That being said, of course, I don't have camera and all my other stuff on, so I'd be surprised if anyone hasn't clicked off yet me saying this, but assuming you haven't clicked off yet, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, comment your thoughts down below, whatever they may be, whatever was talked about throughout the video, or whatever wasn't. This was more of a lackluster video, more lenient one, so most of it was just focused on the actual gameplay and the quests themselves than it usually is, and of course no camera, which is usually on, so if this is your first time seeing it, don't worry, check out some of the main series videos, some of the other videos to see more of what content's typically like around here. But the EX ones are just more so footage focused and gameplay focused with some more of my commentary in there, just not as, maybe not as high as it usually is, but you guys kind of get what I'm talking about. Subscribe if you want to see more. Last I checked, we were at 26 subscribers and we are aiming for 30 within this finale week. We are at the last day of the week marathon before we just enter into straight finale territory, and we're about to start our week of Spider-Man come tomorrow at midnight, or today at midnight, depending on when you're watching this. So look forward to that. I lost my whole train of thought. I'm looking forward to hopefully having us all, Voltage crew, hit 30 of us strong. That'd be super fun. I'd love to actually meet more of you, so the comments are just as important, not more important, so I can be able to talk with you guys. And speaking of interacting with me, follow me on Twitter if you want to hear about stuff I don't usually get time to talk about in videos, or just talk about videos in general, see more of my life stuff, interact with me, hear about games coming up through my Play on channel, all that kind of stuff. Follow me on Twitter for that. You can find a link in the description. And along with that link, you'll also find links to some of my other content if you want some more stuff to scratch the itch while you are waiting. Check out the original Final Fantasy if you want to scratch the itch with that. If this is somehow your first episode of my Final Fantasy XVI and you did watch all the way to the end, 1, I love you, and 2, go check out the other episodes. You can find it linked into this whole playlist that you're watching this current video on. So check out as many as you want and feel free to binge happily. That's what they're there for. Check out Baldur's Gate 3. It's currently, I wouldn't say on a hiatus, but there are just other games that we need to play on the channel right now because of just what's going on in life. But it's not like we're not going to come back to it. So we are going to go to Baldur's Gate 3. Perfect chance to catch up so you're ready when the next Baldur's Gate 3 video drops, which may come as a surprise whenever it actually goes live. And finally, Pokemon Fire Red Rocket Edition. Check that one out. Playing as villain in Pokemon. Enough said. It's a super fun adventure. I think you guys will love it. And I'm very excited to record another episode of that ASAP. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great rest of your days, mornings, nights, evenings, every time it is when you're watching this. And I will catch you all next time. Voltage